Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Asha, and welcome back to this episode of Real Talk. Today, I want to have a conversation about something that affects every single one of us: stress. Now, here's the interesting part. Most of us think that stress comes from our job, our finances, our relationships, or everything happening around them. While those things certainly play a role, our brain and our nervous system has a much bigger influence on how we experience stress than you realize. The good news is this: your brain is constantly changing. Every thought that you think, every habit you repeat, and every choice you make is shaping the way your brain responds to challenges. This process is called neuroplasticity, which simply means that your brain has the ability to adapt and create certain pathways, new pathways throughout your life. That means that you're not stuck with an anxious brain. You're not stuck feeling overwhelmed all the time. You can actually train your brain to become calmer, stronger, and more resilient. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Let's start by understanding something really important. And you may have heard me talk about this before, but stress itself is not always the enemy. In fact, stress is your brain's natural alarm system. Thousands of years ago, it helped us humans survive dangerous situations. When your brain senses a threat, it releases hormones like cortisol, adrenaline. Your heart beats faster, your breathing changes, and your body prepares to protect you. It's about survival and safety. The problem is that today, our brains often react the same way to deadlines, to email, to traffic, to social media, to financial worries, even negative thoughts. And your brain can't always tell the difference between a tiger chasing you and a stressful work meeting. That's why so many of us feel exhausted, anxious, and mentally drained. So how do we change that? There are ways that we can change this. We don't have to eliminate stress completely. We teach the brain how to respond differently. The first habit is mindfulness. Now, I know some people hear that word and mindfulness and immediately think it's complicated or that they need to meditate for an hour every day. That's not the case, not at all. Mindfulness simply means paying attention to the present moment without judging it, observing. Think about how often your mind jumps into the future. Sometimes it goes into the past. But what if something goes wrong? What if I fail? Does this sound familiar? What if they don't like me? These are all things that may occur, or maybe it keeps replaying the past. I should have said this. I wish I had done that. Wish I had done that differently. Meanwhile, your body is sitting in the present moment, but your brain and nervous system is traveling everywhere else. When you slow down and focus on your breathing, your surroundings, or even the feeling of your feet touching the ground below you, you send a message to your nervous system that says, I'm safe right now. And that's a really important message. Even taking 3 slow, deep breaths before answering a stressful email can make a world of difference. Small moments of mindfulness repeated every day begin to reshape the brain. The second habit is getting enough quality sleep. Now, this is a big one. This one is often overlooked. I hear this so many times from my patients and clients. Many people wear the sleep deprivation kind of like it's a badge of honor. I only slept 4 hours. I'm running on coffee. We've all said this, we've all heard it, but your brain pays the price for this. During sleep, your brain clears out waste products, organizing memories, strengthens your learning, and regulates your emotions. When you consistently don't get enough sleep, the emotional center of your brain becomes more reactive. That means you're more likely to feel anxious, irritable, frustrated, overwhelmed by situations that normally wouldn't bother you. Protecting your sleep isn't about being lazy at all. It's brain care, it's nervous system care. And trying to create a bedtime routine can seem overwhelming, but reducing screen time before bed. I know that we've all heard this, but it's really, really important. Keeping your bedroom cool and comfortable. Aim for consistent sleep and wake times whenever that's possible for you. Your brain and your nervous system loves routine. The third habit is nutrition. Very important what we put into our bodies. Your brain only makes up about 2% of your body weight, but it uses roughly 20% of your body's energy. That means that the food that you eat has a direct impact on how clearly you think, how well you handle stress. Highly processed foods and excess sugar can leave you feeling tired, foggy, and irritable. On the other hand, foods rich in healthy fats, colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains provide your brain with the nutrients it needs to function at its best. Even staying hydrated can improve concentration and your mood. It's very important that we concentrate on this. You don't need a perfect diet. It's not about being perfect. You simply need consistently healthy choices most of the time. Now, here's another habit that doesn't get enough attention, but it's very important. Pay attention to the conversations happening inside your own mind. Most of us would never speak to a friend the way that we speak to ourselves. It's amazing how we do that. I'm not good enough. I always make a mess of things. I don't do things correctly. I'll never change. All these repeated conversations, your brain listens to every word that you are saying. And negative self-talk strengthens negative pathways. It builds that neurocircuitry in your brain. Supportive, realistic self-talk, strengthens healthier ones. I didn't say fake positivity, by the way. Notice I didn't say that. Life isn't perfect. Not at all. But instead of saying, I can't handle this, try saying, this is difficult, but I can take it one step at a time. That's a very different message for your brain and for your nervous system. Another powerful habit is movement. One of my favorite ones. Exercise isn't only about physical health, okay? When you move your body, your brain releases chemicals that naturally improve your mood, reduce your stress, and support your brain health. You don't have to run a marathon, not at all. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. A 20-minute walk will do. A 10-minute walk will do. Stretching, dancing in your living room, putting on your favorite music. I love to do that. Gardening is also good movement for the body. Anything that gets you moving consistently can help you in this way of getting more movement. Your brain doesn't care if it's fancy. It doesn't really care about that. It's about consistency. It cares that you keep moving, that you really keep up with these habits. Now let's talk about something many people struggle with: trying to control everything. How many of you out there would label yourself as a control freak? We spend so much energy worrying about things we simply cannot control. What other people think. The weather, that's a big one. We think that we can control it, but we can't. The economy, unexpected events, whether it's locally or in the world. The more energy we give to things outside of our control, the more stressed out we become. It takes a lot of energy. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. What can I control today? And maybe it's even, what can I control in this moment? Maybe it's your attitude. Maybe it's your next decision. Maybe it's something really small. Maybe it's choosing kindness instead of anger. Maybe it's taking a break, being kind to yourself. Those small choices build emotional strength over time. Here's something that I definitely want you to remember today. Your brain is like a muscle, okay? You wouldn't expect to go to the gym once and build strength overnight. It just isn't going to happen. The same is true for your mind. So it's going to take some dedication. One meditation session won't erase years of stress. It just won't do it. I'm sorry. One healthy meal won't transform your health. One good night's sleep won't fix chronic exhaustion or fatigue. But when you repeat these habits day after day, week after week, your brain adapts. And that's how lasting change happens in our lives. Not through perfection. We're all human, through consistency. And if you're listening today thinking, I've been stressed for years, I want you to hear this. It's never too late. It's really never too late. Your brain has an incredible ability to learn, adapt, and heal throughout your life. Every healthy choice you make today is an investment in the brain that you're going to have tomorrow. So here's just a simple challenge for you. Okay? Today, choose just one habit, just one of these habits. Take 5 deep breaths, for example. Go for a short walk. Drink more water. Be more kind to yourself. Eat one nourishing meal today. Turn off your phone 30 minutes before you go to bed. No screen time. Spend 5 minutes practicing gratitude or spending time with a loved one. But start with one, just one, because one small habit repeated every day can completely change the direction of your health. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me today. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe. And if you found this conversation helpful, share it with someone who may need a little encouragement today. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Let us know how you're doing. Love to hear from you so we can continue learning together practical, science-backed ways to create healthier minds, healthier lives, and live that together. Until next time, take care of your brain and be kind to yourself. And remember that a stress-free life doesn't begin with life becoming perfect. It begins when you train your mind to respond differently. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.